I've been trying to deal with shame and guilt at the moment. And I know that there is nothing wrong with me, that I'm perfect the way that I am, but due to the fact that we've been stuck for months in this COVID thing, that I've been pushed into stagnancy, that I've had major conflict and challenges with my family, with my mother, I'm finding it difficult to convince myself that I am perfect. But when I'm around other people, a lot of other people who raise me up or who I can easily chill with, it's a lot easier. Because if I try to put myself into that mindset and that state, my parent would like, okay, get a bit more confident with that. My parent would be like, you know what? You know, did that? Forget what I mean. Nothing I ever do is good enough, although she says that about herself. But that's the way I feel, mother, and I don't know why I keep trying. I'm still trying to bond with her and connect with her, and it gets very up and down. But if I could do it with somebody else, that would be great. Shame is very difficult, especially when it comes with heartache. Years of heartache within the family. And when the angels send somebody into my life to help ease my pain and to make things better and to show me that I'm enough. But despite what he tried to do, or for using him in college, it didn't work on me because my family, my mother already convinced me that I am a problem, that I'm a burden, that I came out wrong, that I make her life difficult, that she wishes that I'd be in a job, and I kept trying to get work and it didn't seem to work out for some reason. It's not like I haven't volunteered or done work experience. And she wishes that I had kids and that I had a husband and that I had my own place. And that mostly that I had my own place, like a villa, where she could come and visit me on a regular basis whenever she wants. I think she believes that she's deserved grandkids. I don't remember when she told me that one time. And I said it could still happen. I said it could still happen. Just because I was born wrong doesn't mean that it's impossible. And she said it's not the same thing. And she kept talking about my brain. She kept going on about my brain. And how I have to accept the way things are and that things aren't going to change. And she made me believe, people around me, for so long, that there was always something wrong with me. Always something about me that's wrong with me. So I kept thinking in my head, I'm sorry, I'll change for you. I'll change for you to please you. Because I don't want to bring shame on you. And then I wonder why my father never treated me this way. Why my father never treated me this way. I just kept saying to her, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know it's difficult for you. How I'm made. I know it's difficult for you. I know I create stress for you. And all I can say is I'm sorry. I wish things were different. I wish you had a normal kid. I wish you had a kid. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I screwed up. And then I don't understand why I've met so many people who don't understand why I express flaws about myself. Who don't understand why I believe that I'm the problem. Who doesn't understand that I keep feeling I need to prove myself. So I show affection. I make sure that somebody remembers me by putting loads of effort and energy and time into one event. It could be as simple as a picnic. Because I don't know that they're already happy with me, because how could they be happy with me, right? And if they are, it means that my mother's wrong. And if my mother's wrong, then there's something wrong. And that pissed me off. And then when I tried to be independent and I got a break when I was in Galway, I just kept getting pushed back to my mother's house. Even when I moved in with my boyfriend. When I was 21, because I told him I can't put up with this anymore in the house. I have thoughts of, I wish I didn't exist. I wish I didn't exist. And my mother's make me feel this way. So Alex said to me, I'm very worried about you. I don't want you to feel that way. I think you should move in with me. And I knew that my mother would be totally against it. And I was worried about informing her about it, but I knew it was the answer. Even though my boyfriend had problems at the time, and it was my ex-boyfriend, and he was half British and half Irish, from Mayo. Alex disagreed with me, but I was so worried that I told Mum when we were leaving, because I was frightened. And my birthday was coming up, my 21st birthday. She told me I was bringing shame to my her mother, who came to see me. That I've brought shame to all of my family. That if I ever, that she or none of my family or relatives are going to throw a 21st birthday party for me. And that if I have one, then they're not even going to bother coming. She's not going to bother coming. Nobody's going to bother coming to your 21st. You've brought such shame to your family by what you've done. You've brought such shame, and I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed with you and annoyed. And you didn't tell me in advance that you were leaving. You just told me at the last minute. How does that make me feel? You've really hurt your gran. What are you going to say to your gran now? She came all the way to see you. She wanted to spend time with you, and saying things like that. Oh, God. I just said to Alex, I says, I have to leave. I have to leave. I can't put up with this anymore. I told her I don't care. You don't have to come to my 21st. And I might even have a birthday party anyway. And she says, I'm sure you're going to have a birthday party. I'm sure you're going to have a 21st. Because that was in the past. That was really my last serious relationship. And he couldn't handle my mother, so he left. He never came back. And he told me that he'll always love me. So he just can't deal with my family, my mother. And he told me this on the phone. I found out in a few years' time, when he said he needed to take a break. Alex had some problem. I feel like this is good. It's frozen my emotions. I don't know. My father was the total opposite. I have to focus on shame. I have to focus on shame and guilt because it's a blockage. And I don't want to face it. And the more that I'm here, the more that nobody saves me here, the more I'm reminded of this stuff. I go through this, I get flashbacks. And then on top of it, I have to be haunted by another person or two people to add to the pain and to the heartache. I never felt like I could have a boyfriend or a partner because I always felt like something getting away, or my family getting away, or my mother getting away, or they make it difficult for me. I made a promise to myself that it's not possible for me to have a boyfriend. It's not possible for me to have a partner or for me to have a husband because they're going to try and ruin it. My mother's going to try and ruin it for whatever reason. Or else she's going to say something to turn him against me, or something, are going to try and take a lot of his time away from me and do it in a very subtle way, such as her wanting to hang out with him. Maybe she wants to spend time with both, and then she will tell him all my flaws. And she went up, my boyfriend was so pissed off at the time, she went up to his mother and told her about all the mistakes I made in my relationships and how dysfunctional and how messed up I am as an individual because of how I was born. And then my boyfriend told me, when I was away at the time, that his mother was so pissed off and wanted to take me away from the house. She was so disgusted with my mother and couldn't understand why a mother would do that to her own daughter. I don't talk about. I'm just saying that this is what I'm supposed to learn when I'm here in this house. In my mother's house. That must be why I keep coming back. And I tried to heal things. I tried to heal my family and heal my mother, but it doesn't seem to be working. I'm getting her stuff, and it doesn't seem to be working. I have to find someone who I'm a good match for, and then because of my background and because I feel like have felt a lot of power over me, I unintentionally push him away, or I run away from him because he triggers me and he shows me what my mother did to me, what my family did to me, stuff about my father. Passed away when I was young. Believed in me very strongly. We were strong soulmates as well. Very rare, but that's what my father told me. Like, him and I were pretty much identical. And that's why I got so angry with him, and he told me not to be passive and not to try and keep the peace and not let people try and walk all over me. And not let a guy just kind of be like a scumbag or an asshole and go and mean a cold on me and get away with it. It's that I should confront him and all this kind of stuff. And that I shouldn't help so much because it annoys him when I'm so charitable, because I don't have to do so much work. Why do you have to help out so much? I said, because I enjoy it. And he told me to stop doing it. He told me to stop being passive. He said he didn't like himself being passive, but my father, anyway. I don't know. I'm stuck now in numbness. Since I've been here, December, I think maybe more than before December, I have been labeled so much stuff. I'm sick, I'm crazy, I'm insane, I'm stressing out, I'm delusional. I have depression, I have anxiety, I'm a spoiled brat, I'm not being obedient, I'm not being cooperative, I'm selfish, I'm a taker, I'm a thief, and all this kind of stuff thrown at me. And it's really hard when you're like, I'm really stuck in a room because I feel more comfortable and happier and like safer to be by myself. Not because of other people, but do you seriously want to be around that energy and those comments when you've experienced it for so long in your life and you just want it to stop? So I may have subconsciously tried to send for help through any means that I could, and it backfired, and I got confronted about it and stuff like that. I don't know. I was like, it was a spiritual battle. I don't know. I don't talk about it anymore. Just keep doing this. Yeah. I know that I have a lot of value even though I haven't made it into the workplace yet. I know I have a lot of life lessons to learn. I'm still trying to figure out what this obstacle is to true love, or to my soulmate, because it's so hard. I'm not saying I don't want to try hard, but just a lot of stuff I have to deal with, and it's painful going through my past, and it's painful having very pleasant dreams of the future, or just having dreams in general of being with someone who feels complete peace around you and joy around you, and then you wake up and you're like, where am I? And then you realize that you realize that you're in a place where you wish to be away from, because it was so vivid and so real, and I felt like I was there and I was safe. And then I wake up and I'm here, and then I'm so disappointed because but I've got to be disciplined and patient and stop saying and complaining about being here, because there's a reason, there's a purpose, and I know that I'm being protected, and I know that when the time is right, I'll be in a happier place. I'm being in a more positive environment, encouraging, motivating environment, with or without my family, with or without this relatives, with or without my mother. I'm feeling like me against the world kind of thing. I don't know. This is definitely really painful. At least I'm creative through so many changes. Update this transformation. Update for you.